and West End.
A thunder of jets in an open sky, a streak of gray, and a cheerful...
Not only arguably one of the greatest cartoons of all time, that's a given. Arguably one of the greatest television programs of all time. So creative, so well written, so funny, so many characters. It's more than Rocky and Bullwinkle. It's several sub-cartoons within the Rocky and Bullwinkle cartoon.
Hurry, Bullwinkle! The show's about to start!
I'm coming as fast as I can.
I like those two. How can you not like Rocky and Bullwinkle? They're very affable. Yeah, you right. Thursday afternoon, Corey Johnson back at you, heading towards the weekend. We're at the midway point, past the midway point in the month of May. Every May, it's our annual thing. We try to raise $10,000 for cats and dogs, kittens and puppies, for the good people running the Humane Society of Louisiana. Pun intended, they bust their tail for us, doing the heavy lifting. They're like the offensive linemen. They don't get much recognition, but they're saving animals. It's probably tens of thousands of animals over the last 35 years that Jeff Dorson and the Humane Society of Louisiana have saved, literally. Trying to raise $10,000 in the month of May. We're about halfway through the month. We've raised about $1,700. We are so far off of pacing, it's scary. We got to raise like $8,300 in less than 2 weeks. $8,300. Can some of you please step up? Do something different than you're used to. I know. I'm not, hey, there's a fundraiser. There's someone in need. I'm going to go give money. The majority of those things I see, like you, I don't donate to. But there are some that pop up. It might be like a WWOZ, St. Michael's Special School, whatever. And they're going to get popped $50 or $100 by me. And I'm a radio and TV guy. I'm fortunate. I do pretty well in this market, in this medium nationwide. I do fairly well. But still, I'm a TV and radio guy doing fairly well in this business. I'm not pulling $350 a year. I don't have a luxury condo in Florida, a ski lodge in Colorado, and, or summering in the Hamptons. But I can pop $50 or $100. Maybe you only can do 10 or 20. Maybe you can do 500 or 1,000. The point is, get out of your comfort zone. And do donate, because it is only $10 or $20, and it is going to a great cause. Cats and dogs and kittens and puppies, literally saving their lives, treating them more humanely, getting rid of the cruelty. You can do that by giving $10, $20. Just step up and do it. HumaneLA.org is the website. Upper left-hand page, you'll see me laying on a sofa with Blue Boy. Click on that, and that's where you can donate. HumaneLA.org. I'm going to tell you something, and it's totally true. From the poorest person, I guess the poorest person would be an exemption of this because they have no money at all. From like upper poor to beyond rich and to the wealthy. The richest, the wealthiest, and all points in between, middle class, everything. Doesn't matter who you are, your political ideology, nothing worse than cheap and tight. There's no benefit to cheap and tight. It's not a positive, it's a negative. Being frugal or shrewd, that's different. Those can be construed as positive easily. Being cheap and tight is being cheap and tight. You don't tip ever a decent amount, always trying to get away with what you can save. Thinking about, in a year, I would save $200 by not tipping. Yeah, and screwing over the waiter or waitress or just whatever. whatever it might be. There's nothing worse than cheap or tight. And people get into these habits. Money makes people funny. And it doesn't matter. It is totally relative. Doesn't matter how much you have or not. Money makes people funny. No, a lot of you right now could pop your credit card for 10 or 20 bucks easy, and it wouldn't affect your life in any kind of an adverse way, and you'd be saving cats and dogs, kittens and puppies. And there's something about it that stops you from doing it. You're just not going to do it. Miss Peaches, there's nothing I can say to lure these folks to do it. I don't know what it is, you know. Some will. I'm just saying the ones that won't. And it's not like they're against cats and dogs or kittens and puppies. It's not like they can't afford it. Just money makes people funny. And it's like, I'm not going to go to the website. I'm not going to give 10 or 20 bucks. I'm going to Burger King, whatever. HumaneLA.org is the website. Let's save some animals, huh? HumaneLA.org. Boy, a lot going on this Thursday. I've got some $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates to give away. 50 big bucks at the Woodhouse. It's the name game. We're playing the name game. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-98480. 766-98480. Hey, the UNO Arena is named after someone. The UNO Lakefront Arena is named after someone. Give me the name of that individual. I'll give you 50 big bucks. Good at one of the 5 area Woodhouse Day Spa locations. Southern's football stadium up in Baton Rouge on the Bluff is named after someone. Give me the answer. I've got 50 big bucks for you. Good at one of the 5 area Woodhouse Day Spas. Why MSY for Louis Armstrong International? Why MSY? Why not like NOA or something like that? Something with New Orleans in it. Louis Armstrong, LAI, Louis Armstrong International, LAI. Why MSY for Louis Armstrong International Airport? Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. 766-9480. You got answers? I got 50 big bucks for you. Good at one of the 5 area Woodhouse Day Spa locations. In Baton Rouge by the Mall of Louisiana, 2 on the North Shore, 2 on the South Shore. Yeah, so much going on. Tons of stuff. Hey, some good news that I'm just telling you, I'm the messenger. Don't get on me. The meteorologist, because I stay on it every day. Next week, like all 90s plus all week long, and feels like over 100 on many of those days. Now, all of a sudden, all of those days, the meteorologists, the weather folks, weather.com and friends, it's all high 80s. It's all high 80s now next week, which is huge. We'll take anything we can get. When I saw all over 90, I'm like, well, it's, heading to late May. We always get 90s in May. It's inevitable. I'm trying to hold off summer as long as possible. And we're holding it off a little bit, I guess. We've only experienced, I think, one day of 90 plus. And 1 or maybe 2 days. Well, I'm sorry, 2 days of 90 plus. One was like 91, one was like 95. And then I think one was like, feels like 101, feels like 105. So normally we'd have a few more days.
Algiers.
We're heading to the best bank, according to Miss Peaches. Who, Miss Peaches? Burdis.
So would it be like victory?
Verdis. Verdis joins us on the best bank. What up, Verdis?
How we doing?
Doing well.
Great. So,
now, what kind of name is Verdis? What kind of name is Verdis, Verdis?
Well, it's the name my mother gave me, but it's Verdis Senior, Verdis Junior, and Verdis the Third.
Wow. I wonder where that name comes from, the origin of that name, Verdis. It's very, I don't know, there's something sort of official about it. It's kind of sort of demands respect, that name Verdis.
Everybody seems to like it, but yeah, that's me.
Yeah, I've never heard it
you say,
before, I don't think.
MSY. Is
Yeah.
that Moisant Stockyard?
Moisant Stockyard. I'm talking about the airport, Vertus.
Yes,
Why would you say Moisant Stockyard?
because that's what the MSY stands for.
Well, how do you know that?
Well, I've been in the hotel business for 40 years, and the tags, when they come in there, and I had a few buddies that worked there a long time ago, and
Told you.
that's what they told me that MSY stands for. There used to be a stockyard before it became an airport.
Vertus, don't go anywhere. We're going to get some info from you because you are correct.
Yeah, you right.
Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for her, Johnny?
Vertus, don't move. Corey Johnson with you, coming right back. The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Did you know Rouse's sells only Angus beef? Angus beef's natural marbling means more succulence and flavor. Whether you choose Rouse's USDA Prime, Choice, or Select, it'll be only Angus beef when you get it at Rouse's. Tastes like home.
River Cities Total Maintenance keeps you cool, New Orleans. NOLAAC.com is your cool spot.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
The French bread of the city of New Orleans. Good to the last crumb. Leidenheimer French bread.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End. Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Hey, our Humane May fundraiser continues. Please donate right now, humanela.org. Let's save some animals. Hey, I'll do you this one again today. Maybe I'll save it for tomorrow. I was going to just give you a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. No obligation. Period. End of story. New thought, Miss Peaches. Hey, ideally you donate to our Humane May fundraiser. Since I'm going to give you a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate, you could donate 20 maybe to the fundraiser. But Miss Peaches, I separated those two things because I think that's like legally you can't do that. No, seriously, I can't obligate someone to do it. I'll give you the gift card. You got to donate. So that's why I said I'll give you a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. New thought. Would like you on your own to, hey, Corey gave me $50 to the Woodhouse. I'll donate 20 to the Humane May thing. And I'm still $30 ahead, and cats and dogs and kittens and puppies will be saved. Maybe we'll save that for tomorrow because I got trivia questions. UNO Arena named after who? Southern Football Stadium named after who? The U.S. Supreme Court orders Louisiana to use the congressional map with 2 black districts. City Council votes to nix. They're nix the parade. Feds make marijuana a Schedule 3 drug. Carolyn joins us in New Orleans via the Rouse's Markets phone lines. What up, Carolyn?
Well, you had asked why was Louis Armstrong Airport in New Orleans? Why did the initials MSY appear?
Yes.
Because before it became Louis Armstrong Airport, many years ago, it was Moisant International Airport.
That's right. What would the S and the Y stand for, though?
That have MSY.
What would the S and Y stand for, though?
Well, it was from the Moisant stockyards. A daredevil aviator by the name of John Moisant crashed and died in 1910. And this crash was where the airport is now. And it was derived that the Moisant was derived from the Moisant stockyards.
Was the crash where the airport is now, or was the crash like off Jefferson Highway in Elmwood by like the Walmart by that Rally's?
No, I'm what I heard as a child was it crashed in agricultural land where the airport is now.
Right. Yep. MSY does stand for Moisant Stockyard. Vertus on the West Bank just answered it, Carolyn. Moisant crashed his plane in 1910. The original airport was named after him. It was a stockyard, just a bunch of cattle out there, and I guess slaughterhouse and all that kind of stuff. But I thought Moisant crashed out in Elmwood. But anyway, we'll figure that out.
You could be right. You could be right. My father never called it the airport. It was always the airfield.
Yep.
Because when he was growing up,
it was just an airfield out there. Yeah. Probably originally for crop dusting and stuff like that.
I know my little girl who's now in her 50s. I'm 83. That's why I call in and know so many of these questions.
You're very knowledgeable, Carolyn. Hey, Carolyn, would your little girl who's
I
53?
was educated by Louisiana public schools back in the days when they really taught us a lot.
Nice.
But my father was an engineer, a rambling wreck from Georgia Tech. My mother got her degree in sociology from LSU, but it just so happened that a man by the name of Homer Hitt had a soft spot in his heart for her. So when I came along, he would have done anything to have, her name was Joffrion, Maxine Joffrion was my mother. And I was paid to go to what we then called LSUNO. It was, I mean, what the state of Louisiana has done for me and my brain is legendary. But that was long ago and far away, Corey.
Hey, Carolyn, would your 53-year-old daughter like a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate?
She lives in Amsterdam. But when she comes in, it would be here for her.
There you go. Well, hang on. Miss Peaches is going to get some info from you, and we'll get you that gift card. You can use it yourself or give it to your daughter who lives in Amsterdam, whatever you'd like. Don't go anywhere, Carolyn.
I really do enjoy your program.
I enjoy your calls. I like your knowledge and information.
Well, I'm not going to tell you who I really am.
Good.
But
let's keep it secret because I don't know who you are.
A writer and a performer.
You're what? A writer and a performer?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hey, now, Homer Hitt, just so everybody knows, that's what, the original chancellor at UNO, original president?
Absolutely.
Okay. Just
he
so we
was
know.
the one handpicked by Earl Long.
There you go. I know the story when Earl Long cut the ribbon christening UNO. Yeah, Huey Long School was LSU. Earl always trying to keep up with his brother, riding on his brother's coattails. Earl became governor. He wanted his own school, so he was like made UNO his baby.
But there was more than that, Corey. The levee board claimed they owned the property, and they were going to sell it and make a lot of money. Earl Long said, "You do not own it. The state owns it." And I have a better use for it. There are poor children in the city of New Orleans who are deserving of college education. They can't afford to go up to Baton Rouge and pay dormitory.
How did the state, you think, get hold of it, Carolyn? It's before my time, but it was an airfield. The jet age came into play. The runways were too short at UNO. So they moved the naval facility to Belle Chase. And that's the present day airfield at Belle Chase where they can land anything. And then, so I'm thinking that was probably, is that federal property?
When we were out there, it was definitely a naval air base, but there was one very, very important thing.
What's that?
It was integrated.
Oh, no, UNO is the first integrated university in the South.
Yes, faculty and student body.
Yeah, it's 1959, first racially integrated school in the South.
And we thought nothing of it.
Nice. That's good stuff,
And
Carol.
there was no one who came out to protest. We just went to school with one another, and we became... The faculty that they were able to garnish was unthinkable. It was the most unique college experience in the entire United States. And I was just lucky enough to be the daughter of Maxine Joffrion, who got her degree in sociology from LSU in Baton Rouge.
I mean, you might have been, what, first graduating class from UNO?
Pardon?
Were you the first graduating class from UNO?
I was the second.
Wow, nice. I knew it had to be 63, 64, something like that, right?
I graduated in 1963.
Nice. Hey, Carolyn, hang on. Don't go anywhere. Miss Peaches is going to get some info from you. Always learning stuff with Miss Carolyn in New Orleans there. Tighten her up, Miss Peaches. 50 big bucks to the Woodhouse. Yeah, I was going to say at the christening of UNO, a state trooper poured out half of Earl Long's Coke, took a flask, topped off the Coke, shook it up, and then handed it to Earl Long, who then went to the podium, read his speech, did his 10-minute speech about cutting the ribbon at UNO while drinking that Coke and bourbon. Probably Coke and Jack Daniels. That's like a true story. The source is impeccable. Impeccable. I would bet my life on that story. Hey, the Rouse's Markets phone lines are 766-984-80. 766-984-80. Carolyn with all kind of interesting information. Hey, our Humane May fundraiser continues. HumaneLA.org is the website. The city council votes and removes Nix from Mardi Gras. Nixing Nix. Not enough bands, advertising for members. You remember the George Floyd murder fiasco. Julie Lee, the founder of Nix, in like 5 years became the largest parade. Like 3,800 female riders, huge parade, a gigantic organization out of nowhere. And then she posts on the Nix social media website. I got to laugh. It's so stupid. All lives matter. And they went from 3,800 members to about 250. Just like, hey, everybody, we're having a party. The party starts at 7, and at 6:58, 6:59, Julie Lee dumped cat poop in the punch bowl at the party. Just wrecked the party. Anyway, that Wednesday night, there's another parade that rolls also. It's the Wednesday night before Mardi Gras. I mean, they're...
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamar Automotive complex, there's something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We're doing all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab, Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations, New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
For Leidenheimer Baking Company, producing the perfect French bread is more than a vocation. It's a sacred mission. And for 5 generations, they've used the same time-honored process, baking their signature loaf with its crisp crust and delicate center, unique and still good to the last crumb. From the finest French Quarter restaurants to your local po' boy shop, for over 125 years, New Orleans' own Leidenheimer.
1970 was an exciting time in New Orleans. The first Jazz Fest was held, the city hosted its first Super Bowl, and the first Helm Paint location opened on Earhart Boulevard. While the floppy disks, mood rings, and pet rocks may have come and gone since the 70s, Helm Paint has grown to become your premier source for quality Benjamin Moore products, competitive pricing, and personal service. Please visit one of our locations today, and we'll meet our competitors' prices on any identical product. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
When USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers, Mid-City's own Katie's made the list. USA Today says Scott Craig is chef-owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. A neighborhood spot where locals congregate and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
I was in Art and Eyes on magazine just last week. I picked up another pair of prescription glasses. They'll be ready next week. Art and Eyes has a basket that's probably got 100 different frames in that basket, and every single pair of frames in that basket's $99, $99. And there are about 100 frames in that basket. Then the counter underneath the basket has 2 rolling drawers. All those glasses are 50% off. All those frames are 50% off. And that's where I grabbed the frames I liked. Another pair. I'll be debuting them next week on the program. Be there. Oh, boy. Anyway, I love Art and Eyes. You know, I've been wearing glasses since like 8th grade. And I like high-quality stuff. I take care of my glasses, so I like stuff that lasts a long time. When I was young, I used to get Ray-Ban. And then I thought the quality kind of went down. And I switched to like Revo, Italian made, and Persol, Italian made. Great stuff. A generation or two ago. All those 3 I just mentioned, Ray-Ban, Revo, Persol, all super high quality 20 years ago. All made in China, might be assembled in Italy by a bunch of Chinese workers. It's mafia influence. Look up Luxottica. Google Luxottica. They own everything. They own everything like Sears Optical, Sunglass Hut, all those optical places in the mall. That's why it's the same stuff everywhere. And it's essentially they bought the brands that were high quality generations ago and they cheapened them and made them into crappy products like Ray-Ban and Persol and Revo. And I was like, enough's enough, man. This stuff's expensive. It's not good. Made in China. So a few years ago, literally, I went online and I was like, high quality eyeglass store shop in New Orleans. Art and Eyes came up right away. I'd never heard of it. They'd been in business like 7 or 8 years on magazine. You maybe have never heard of them, and you're like me. You've been wearing glasses for years, or you need prescription glasses. You wear sunglasses all the time. There's no better eyewear store, definitely in New Orleans, maybe anywhere in the South. I mean, you got to go to like New York or California to find something like this. Not in Houston, not in Dallas, not in Atlanta. Go check out Art and Eyes. No, it's special. Star, her husband, Paul, Star's an artist. She's got great taste. They have about 50 different high-end frames that they have for you, and it's a selection from Europe, from Asia, like Japan. When I say Europe, like Germany and France, just incredible stuff. United States, name brands you've never heard of that are made right here in the United States, all ridiculous high quality. And every price point. That basket with 100 frames, they're not seeking out $99 frames. These are frames that were hundreds of dollars and they didn't sell. I mean, Star said it best. She's like, Corey, we might have had a bunch of other stuff that was a hotter name that year, and this just sort of sat cold. But that's what I got. I mean, I think they look really good. Everybody in there thought they looked good. I like their staff. They're all very honest. No. I grabbed another pair and I put them on. They're like, no. Everybody was like, no. And I went and looked at them again. I was like, they're right. No, $99 frames in the basket, about 100 pairs to choose from. Underneath, 50% off all the frames. And then cases and cases and cases of incredible eyeglasses frames that you'll find nowhere else. Like as unique as you, like the commercial says. You want the ordinary stuff that everybody's got? Tens of thousands, thousands and thousands and thousands of pairs of glasses. Everybody's got them. Go to the mall. Go to the optical store. Go to the usual place like I was doing for years, for decades. Or discover Art and Eyes on Magazine in between Napoleon and Louisiana, the Riverside of Magazine, Art and Eyes. Google them. Check them out. No, if you wear glasses, you owe it to yourself. I mean, you got to wear them all the time. It's your look. It's how you look. Art and Eyes. Now, I just picked up another pair of Jacques-Marie Mage sunglasses. The pair I have in the frame, 77 of 100 made. 100 pairs of these. Am I going to bump into some human being on planet Earth that has these glasses? Maybe. There are only 100 pairs. I got one of them. 77 of 100. These are pair 47 of 450 right here. 450 of these made in the world. No, I've had these about a year. They're durable. They're sturdy. They're strong. I rarely have to tighten the screws. They're super high quality, priced right. Art and Eyes on Magazine. Go check them out. UNO Arena named after... Give me the answer to that. I got 50 big bucks for you. Good at the Woodhouse. Southern Football Stadium on the Bluff in Baton Rouge, named after. Give me the answer to that. I got 50 big bucks for you. Good at one of the 5 area Woodhouse Day Spa locations. Rouse's Markets phone lines are open. 766-9480. 766-9480. The U.S. Supreme Court orders Louisiana to use the congressional map with 2 black districts. Now, this is good and bad. The good is obvious. Louisiana's 33% black. We have 6 congressional districts. 5 of the 6 are white majority district. White majority. Now we're going to have 4 of the 6 white majority. And instead of 1 of 6 black majority district, it'll be 2 of 6. Pretty much exactly matching the demographics of the state. 33%. And now of the 6 congressional districts, 33%, 2 of the 6 will be black majority. That's a good thing. Alabama has 7 congressional districts, larger population. They have slightly less black population, probably same numbers, slightly less percentage. 27% of Alabama's population is black, which pretty much lines up exactly with 2 of 7. Like the 33 for the 2 of 6 in Louisiana, the 27% lines up mathematically for the 2 of 7 in Alabama, almost exactly to the number. They had 1 of 7 congressional districts predominantly black majority. Now it'll be 2 of 7 in Alabama, lining up with the demographics of the state. Same with Louisiana. The problem in typical Louisiana fashion, instead of just drawing 2 majority black districts, They draw 2 majority black districts. One of them is ridiculous, from like Baton Rouge to Monroe. I think Ascension Parish, if I'm not mistaken, is in 5 different congressional districts, all but one. That single parish. No, because how it's all carved up. It's an elongated district from like Baton Rouge to, is it Monroe or Shreveport? It's ridiculous. Narrow, widens, narrows, just silly. No, it was to protect Letlow and Scalise and Johnson. It was to protect Republicans and hurt a Republican that they didn't like, that the power brokers didn't like. Anyway, it's a strange, it's good and bad. And I don't think it's final. It's a stay. They're agreeing with the lower court. But the district could be rewritten a different way. But it will be 2 black majority districts of 6 in Louisiana from now on. If this second kind of elongated, I should say, weird shaped one remains or not, that's, we'll have to wait and see. But 2 black districts locked and loaded. The New Orleans City Council votes to nix. They're nixing nix, removing nix from the city's parade list. Not enough bands, advertising for members, just not living up to the obligations. A parade that once had 3,800 members falling to 240, like 7%. One of the fastest growing parades in the history of this city. Within 5 years, went to 3,800 members, largest parade in New Orleans. All women, too. And then Julie Lee had to open her mouth. Ready, fire, aim. She pulled a Mike Ditka. It was during the George Floyd murder, the rise of Black Lives Matter. All lives matter. And she posts that on the Nick social media site. Members started the parade started hemorrhaging. Members just started leaving. Now the parade, I don't know, maybe it'll move to Metairie or something else and try to start over again. But who knows? Maybe Metairie will embrace him with the Black Lives Matter thing. All lives matter. All lives do matter. She was right. So silly. It has nothing to do with that. It's not... Do all lives matter or not? I use the comparison to like the Brazilian rainforest. It's slash and burn. The whole world's concerned. It could wreck the planet. It's of vital importance. To have the park ranger at Yosemite, a national park that is federally protected. No one's going in there and doing anything illegal or they're going to jail. For him to say, hey, all trees matter, all forests matter. It's like, no doubt. Yours is federally protected. This one down in Brazil is getting decimated. Little different. Corey Johnson with you on a Thursday. Yeah, you right.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof. Now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
From the owners of Katie's in Mid-City and Bienvenue in Harahan, an old school deli with over a dozen specialty sandwiches. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria.
Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
For over 120 years, New Orleans' very own Leidenheimer French bread.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you. It's time to relax. The Woodhouse Day Spa, Metro New Orleans' premier day spa experience, now with 5 area locations. For a day of relaxation or maybe just a quick 1-hour getaway, the Metro area's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa. And now 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and our newest location in Mandeville. The Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
What actually lasts a lifetime? Not much, but at Helm Paint, we have something guaranteed to last a lifetime. Benjamin Moore's Regal Select. This paint and primer in one offers cutting-edge waterborne technology, smooth application, and long durability. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, your New Orleans paint store.
My Sittu, that's Arabic for grandmother, used to make the best football kibbe. You can experience kibbe just like my grandmother used to make, and so many other Middle Eastern favorites on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe. The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com. The Fed's making marijuana a Schedule 3 drug. It's been Schedule 1 with like heroin, opioids, LSD, and the like. Joe Biden has all over social media talking about it. The first thing I thought was 2 things. I was like, oh, it's old Joe Biden talking about marijuana. He knows nothing about today's marijuana and gummies and stuff like that. I mean, he knows what marijuana is from his era, maybe. But today it's a totally different ball game. And second, I couldn't help myself. I mean, this is what I do for a living. I do talk radio, talk television. I was like, this is a political move where Joe Biden gets a lot of young people going, yeah, you right, old man. Like the under 35 voter, under 30 voter probably loves this if they smoke marijuana, eat edibles, whatever, or not. Anyway, I think most folks that have ever smoked marijuana and have had wine, beer, or alcohol, they understand, wow, alcohol helped make marijuana legal. One is clearly more toxic than the other, hurtful than the other, more debilitating than the other. One is clearly more. I'm not trying to talk up marijuana or talk up alcohol or talk them down. I'm just saying alcohol helped make marijuana become legal. And the alcohol industry wasn't into it, but the fact that folks that do both are like, boy, I know which one's more debilitating. So they're like, It's some folks would argue that with cigarettes. Like, man, cigarettes are legal and that marijuana, but cigarettes are legal. I know which one's more debilitating. Anyway, Schedule 3 now marijuana will become a Schedule 3. It was Schedule 1. And Joe Biden, I think, is going to pick up a lot of young voters. Jeff Dorson is with us, Humane Society of Louisiana. Our Humane May fundraiser continues, trying to raise $10,000 in the month of May, and we're doing terribly right now. We're way behind pacing. We've got about $8,400 to raise in less than 2 weeks. Please go to the website, humanela.org. Upper left-hand corner, you'll see a little photo of me laying with Blue Boy on the sofa. Click on that and donate so we can hit this goal, and Jeff Dorson can save a lot of animals. How you doing, Jeff?
Hey, Corey, I'm well, but you're right. Every year around this time, we're at 3/4. We're at 7,000, 7,500. And you're right. This year, we're barely hitting 2. So I'm not quite sure what's happening. All we can do is try better.
Yep.
I'm reaching out to my people saying, we're way behind. Can you help? So we have several restaurants going to do a fundraiser for us. That may not get us over the mark, but we definitely are blowing the horn saying, please help us. We do good work. We want to continue doing this good work. We've been at the state capitol for 2.5 months. We're about to pass some important bills. So your money, you're going to get a dividend from your donation. I can promise you.
HumaneLA.org is the website to donate. HumaneLA.org. Jeff Dorson's with us. He's been with the Humane Society of Louisiana for 35 years. Came down here from Indiana, thought he'd be here a few weeks, help out poor, broken Louisiana where they struggle with humane treatment of animals, and he's never left. He's saved tens of thousands of animals over 35 years, him and his crew, and they need your help. HumaneLA.org. Step up and let's hit that goal of $10,000 in the month of May. Hey, Jeff, I know you don't want to harp on this, but I love the email you sent to the mayor, the council, other folks.
Yeah, to the SPCA. I did. I've had it. We have to address this whole system where it's very difficult, if not impossible, to reach somebody at the LA SPCA to provide simple services that they're compensated for. I'm not blasting them on social media. I'm going to them along with the people who compensate them and saying, look, we have got to do better. This is not how it's supposed to be. You've experienced it.
No, I am in a different position than you. I'm familiar with them. I used to raise money for them, and I stopped because of, I think they're unorganized. They put down 1,000 animals a year. They're overfunded and don't deliver anything that they should for the city. I mean, the city of New Orleans pays them $2 million a year. I don't know what the city of New Orleans gets for hundreds of thousands, 150, 160, whatever that adds up to a month. 6 figures a month the city pays, thousands of dollars a day, thousands of dollars every day to the Louisiana SPCA. And you call them right now, no one's answering the phone. You call them, someone answers the phone. They're not bringing the truck out to pick up the stray dog. It's not happening. I never see the SPCA truck tooling around the city like I used to when they were on Japonica Street. So, different era, different place, different people running it. I think people are catching on, Jeff, that they really don't do anything. And I've been barking this, pun intended, for about 2-3 years now of the $2 million the city pays the Louisiana SPCA, and they do nothing. No, that's why I shifted gears to you. You call the Humane Society of Louisiana, 888-6-HUMANE, and they're not the city's pound or shelter. And chances are they're going to send someone out and save the animal that needs help. So, and they're not supposed to be doing that. 888-6-HUMANE is the number, by the way. HumaneLA.org. I can go off on them. What else do you need, Jeff? I know you need money and help and volunteers and everything.
Yeah, all that. But we're going to do a great story to recognize 2 courageous women last week. They did something really brave and smart.
Let's
Again,
talk about it next Thursday.
Bill.
Jeff, always a pleasure, brother. Thank you. HumaneLA.org is the website. Please go donate right now. HumaneLA.org. Listen to Blue Boy, how excited he is. He knows his buddies are going to get saved. They're going to have a better life. We need to treat animals more humanely in Louisiana. We all know this. This is how you can help. HumaneLA.org. 5 o'clock power.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 5 p.m.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
Hi, this is Joey Helm. My dad, Bunky Helm, had a vision of a locally family-owned store serving the residential and commercial paint needs of New Orleans. I think Dad would be proud of today's Helm Paint and Decorating, and here's why. We have the best technical staff in the business, providing the best color matching service in Southeast Louisiana. Perfect matching for any color and any brand. And we'll save your colors so you don't have to save those old cans. Helm Paint offers free 2-hour delivery. Our in-store decorators will assist you on deciding what color and type of paint to best showcase your home. But most importantly, as your local independent Benjamin Moore dealer, our products provide the greatest value in the paint industry. Superior coverage, and Benjamin Moore paint simply covers better and lasts longer. New Orleans is a city of vibrant color, and no one else provides the paints of New Orleans like Helm Paint and Decorating. Visit any of our 6 locations or online at helmpaint.com.
Helm Paint, Helm Paint, let us steer you right. Helm Paint and Supply.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamar team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamar Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
5 generations, family owned and operated. Leidenheimer French bread.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip that started from this tropic port aboard this time.
Oh boy, Gilligan's Island again, huh? Reruns of this. I don't believe this. Suspending disbelief is one thing. All television and movies require, I guess, some part of that. The Hollywood girl, Ginger, I could see her getting on the boat. But the professor, he's smart. Marianne, smart. Mr. Howell is a millionaire. He had to be smart, huh? Successful. Maybe he won the lottery. But anyway, definitely Marianne and the professor were smart. What the hell were they doing getting on that boat? Look at this guy, Gilligan, and the skipper. I do not trust them for a minute. And it was a 3-hour tour. You kidding me? I wouldn't do a 3-minute tour around the lagoon. I wouldn't get on, that thing, Miss Peaches, where and this is the worst thing ever. I don't know why anyone does it. It has to be the worst thing ever. No one they're straining, pretending to have fun. That thing where 6 people sit on one side, 6 people sit on the other, and you pedal, and the bar moves, and there's the dude you're paying who steers it, and then you all get to sit at the bar and pedal and move around. I'm working a drink. That's what you're telling me? Wow. The little under the table treadmill they're selling on TV now? Maybe bars could have that. Hey, I love going to the so-and-so bar because I pump my legs while I'm sitting at the bar drinking. All those people look like they're having a terrible time. They're pumping their legs and the thing's barely moving. It's barely moving. Cardio. Yeah, no one wants to do cardio while they're on vacation at the bar. The worst single idea ever. Maybe of all time. By the way, this hour brought to you by the 6 people on one side, 6 people on the other cart thing, bar thing. That's what this hour is brought to you by, those people. Oh, our Humane May fundraiser continues, humanela.org. We just had Jeff Dorson on the program. We're way behind pacing. We need to raise over $8,000 in 2 weeks. We've raised under $2,000 in more than half the month of May. I don't understand what's up. We're way behind. Please donate. None of it goes to me. None of it goes to Jeff. Zero. I don't even connect to the website. It's the humanela.org website. I don't want to collect the money and then give it to them. I don't want to even be in that position. Not I might be tempted to steal some. I wouldn't steal a penny. I'm the opposite. I contribute to my own fundraiser. I contribute to my own fundraiser. I donated $100 2 weeks ago. No, I'm just why should I even be involved in the money part? Why should I even be involved? Let's go directly to the Humane Society. And that's what we do. humanela.org, their website. I'm just up in the top left-hand corner laying on the sofa with Blue Boy. Click on that and donate. We're trying to raise $10,000 for them because they save cats and dogs, kittens and puppies, horses, goats. humanela.org. Please donate. Hey, the 5 o'clock power hour this afternoon brought to you by Latrim. the global manufacturing giant, a culture of innovation at Latrim, and all they do is continue to grow. About 1,400 employees in Elmwood, about a 100-acre campus now in Elmwood. It's unbelievable. They're on every continent on the planet. The leader in the shrimp peeling machine industry, the standard, the all-plastic modular conveyor belts. I mean, Mercedes-Benz, Ford, Chevrolet. If there's a car assembly line, it's probably going down an Intralox all-plastic modular conveyor belt by Latrim. Anheuser-Busch, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, same thing. New Orleans conveyor belts all around the world. And because this incredible company continues to grow, they continue to hire. They need employees. For a full listing of positions available, go to Latrim.com. Latrim spelled Laitram, Latrim.com. East Bankers, West Bankers, they got you covered at their Elmwood facility. You North Shore folks, they have an I-12 facility, so you don't have to cross the causeway. Latrim.com for a full listing of positions available. They're looking for you. Some good news about next week. Weather.com, meteorologists, above 90 degrees all next week, and some days feels like above 100. We've only had 2 days above 90 and only 2 days feels above 100 so far this year. Supposed to have like 4 or 5 next week. Now the adjustment has been made. All high 80s. I don't see 90s anywhere next week. I like that. Stretch it out as long as possible. We know the heat and humidity's coming. We'll be in July and August soon enough. Let's push it back as much as we can. The U.S. Supreme Court has ordered Louisiana to use the congressional map with 2 black congressional districts. That's good and bad. The good is obvious. 2 black congressional districts. A third of Louisiana's population is black. There are 6 congressional districts. A third of the population's black. A third of the district should be. 5 of 6 were majority white. Now, 4 of 6 will be majority white and 2 of the 6 will be majority black, matching the demographics of the state. Alabama, same situation. They had 7 congressional districts, slightly larger population. They have a smaller percentage of black population in Louisiana, probably similar numbers. 27%. They have 7 seats. 27%'s 2 of 7. So Alabama's getting 2 of 7. Louisiana, 2 black districts. That's obviously the good part. The bad part, 1 is an elongated district that goes from like Baton Rouge to Shreveport. I think Ascension Parish is on that map. 5 of the 6 congressional districts are in Ascension Parish. Just crazy. And the reason was to hurt Garrett Graves, a Republican that the Republicans don't like in Louisiana. But the Republicans they do like, they want to protect them. That's Letlow, Scalise, Johnson. They want to protect them. They would stay in a majority white district. Garrett Graves, who they don't like, let's put him in the majority black district where he probably won't get reelected. So Louisiana politics in play, no doubt. Republican politics in play. This is actually a stay. Now, the 2 districts will happen, and that's a fact. But this is a stay order of the lower court. I think there will be lawsuits about this elongated district where maybe the map eventually gets rewritten. But I think for the next round of elections and the 2 black congressional districts, that's going to happen. But I wouldn't doubt if you see lawsuits where that elongated district eventually gets changed, where a court rules that they have to redraw the map, keeping 2 black majority districts, but not the elongated one, which would put Letlow, Scalise, and or Johnson at risk of being in a district that's not majority white. Always, Democrats and Republicans in this state trying to control everything, manipulate the strings, The city council voted today removing the Knicks parade from the city's parade list. City council nixing Knicks. Not enough bands, advertising for members, breaking New Orleans rules, regulations concerning Mardi Gras. And of course, their own demise, self-inflicted by the founder. I mean, it's amazing. You can go from rock star to just a rock, go from superstar to super dumb in a minute, in a second. It can happen so fast. Ask Julie Lee. She starts the crew of Nix. Within 5 years, they've got 3,800 members. They go from a few hundred members to 3,800. They're the largest crew in all of Mardi Gras, 3,800 women within 5 years. Julie Lee's like a rock star. 0 to 60 in no time, and 60 to 0 really quickly. George Floyd, murder, Black Lives Matter movement, taking flight. Julie Lee, for some whacked reason. It's strange thinking. It's illogical and strange. She posts on the Nix social media site, all lives matter. And it's just funny. It's just doesn't get the basic concept. I know some of you out there don't either, but if you think about it for just a millisecond, I use that comparison of the Brazilian rainforest, getting trampled on, getting abused, getting slashed and burned. It'd be like a park ranger at Yosemite, a federally protected park in America, a forest that remains untouched, pristine. It'd be like him saying, all forests are important. I hear you, dude. Yours is federally protected. The Brazilian one's getting slashed and burned and destroyed. All forests are important, but you're missing the whole point. All lives matter. No, Julie Lee got what she deserved. So did Nix.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day. By river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet, Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations, New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com. Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. It's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex, there's something called quick lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Yeah, you right. Thursday afternoon, 5 o'clock power hour continues as we head towards the weekend. It could be wet and rainy over the next few days, but you look at the forecast, it's like 72 hours of rain. There's a percentage of rain almost every hour, like for the next 3 days, almost. But we know, depending on the source where you look, some of these sites will have like rain in an hour, and in another they won't because it's such a low percentage, or they don't think it's a large enough percentage to put rain or a cloud or whatever. So anyway, we all live down here. We know the deal. We know the score. If you have plans tomorrow morning outside, you keep them, and you decide at an hour or two before the plans if you're going to, what the forecast looks like. I'm checking the radar, that kind of thing. But no, it's just a crapshoot. We could get rained out. We may not. But anyway, that's the forecast. Have a great day, everyone. Humane May fundraiser continues. HumaneLA.org to donate. Yeah, going into that break, I said it. Julie, Lee, and Nix deserves what they got. All lives do matter. Blue lives matter, all that. Black lives matter. It's a different thing. It is about Black folks being treated equally by the law, by getting a mortgage, by the court, everything. And any fair, objective person that just has the slightest bit of empathy, understanding all of it, would agree with that general premise. With that said, Julie Lee, during the George Floyd murder time and Black Lives Matter gaining momentum, sort of an anti-Black Lives Matter message, or, hey, Black lives do matter, but all lives matter, just mindless, belligerent, silly, ready, fire, aim. It sounds good. All lives do matter. But all lives aren't getting attacked or scrutinized or not treated fairly. That's the point. I'm a white male heterosexual. I've got it better than Black folks, women, homosexuals, Asian, Latino, on and on and on. I'm not saying I'm better. I'm saying in America, as a male, white, heterosexual, the skids are greased for me. Yeah, I'm top of the food chain by default. Nothing I've done or haven't done. Just how it is in the eyes of America. So I got it easy. To not see this and acknowledge it has nothing to do with you're against your own race. I'm not against or for my own race. I don't care that I'm white, male, heterosexual. I have nothing to do with those things. Nothing. So the forest comparison, I think, is right on the money. It just sometimes you need that to help make sense of things. The Brazilian rainforest is getting slashed and burned, crushed, decimated, destroyed. The whole world's concerned. A park ranger at Yosemite in charge of some federally protected forest in the United States of America. It is pristine. It is untouched. No one's going near it. Anyone goes in there and does something illegal, they're getting nailed. They're going to jail. They're getting fined. No one messes with that. Could you imagine that park ranger when the discussion is the Brazilian rainforest and we have to save the rainforest? It's of vital importance. And he says, all forests are important. It's like, yeah, dude, you run Yosemite. It's federally protected. No one's messing with you or your forest. We're talking about the Brazilian rainforest right now, which isn't like your forest. All forests aren't equal. This one's getting destroyed. So Black Lives Matter gaining momentum, and Julie Lee puts All Lives Matter out on the Nix social media website. Yeah, from rocket ship Julie Lee, starting Nix in 5 short years, 3,800 members, one of the largest crews from rock star to zero. No, and she did it to herself. Ready, fire, aim. The Mike Ditka thing. All Lives Matter. So silly. I'm on social media today on Twitter just looking at stuff. Some Black Lives Matter guy from New York, just a big old dude, just belligerent, misogynistic, sexist, just got arrested for not attacking police. What was the police harassment or something like that? You watch the video, you're like, should have been arrested. Should have been arrested before. I'm watching this video and I don't see cuffs on him yet. Should have been arrested a minute ago. All the comments. Black Lives Matter is this. Black Lives Matter. Just these negative comments. I'm like, wow. Is January 6th just all-encompassing for MAGA? Anyone who's a Trump MAGA type person that is pro-Trump, they're January 6th? Or maybe just those MAGA people at January 6th are, responsible. There's no, president or board of MAGA. There's no P.O. box or address. It's a bunch of little groups under MAGA all around the country, exactly like Black Lives Matter. There's no president. There's no board of directors. There's no central location. There's no P.O. box or address. Just like MAGA, it is just a decentralized group. I can give you a perfect example of 2 different Black Lives Matter types of folks. It was that march in Baton Rouge about 2 or 3 years ago on the state capitol. Black Lives Matter march. The Baton Rouge police are marching with the marchers. White people are with the marchers. White cops are with the marchers. It was like, this is what it could be. And they marched to the Capitol. And then a bunch of outside agitators, literally folks from Baltimore and not from New Orleans or Baton Rouge or Louisiana, say, what is this? What is this? We're going to go march on the police headquarters. And the Black Lives Matter folks of the original march on the Capitol are like, we're done. And look at the harmony. Everybody's together, black and white, where this is what the goal is. This is an example of what we're trying to achieve. We're not there yet. This doesn't finalize anything, but this is what we want. That other group's not interested in that. Probably ticked off that white people were marching, that white cops were there. So we're going to go march on the police headquarters, start throwing rocks, water bottles, all this stuff. Police, that photo, you notice that photo hasn't gained traction? The girl in the long cotton dress right up against the Baton Rouge cops in the mask and with the batons and everything. Because she never got pushed down or hurt. She went out there for the photo op. She's out of town. She's an out-of-towner, not a Baton Rouge person. So these are outside agitators funded by who knows who that come down and ruin a good protest, literally. So you had the original Black Lives Matter protest on the Capitol, righteous, good people, everybody together. And then this other group of Black Lives Matter protesters that were violent and criminal. So that's the Black Lives Matter. It's two different groups. It's decentralized. There's no president. There's no mission statement. There's no theme. It's just like MAGA, no different. So if you want to say, oh man, this idiot in New York who should have been arrested, who's sexist, misogynistic, just saying all kind of stupid stuff, cursing, calling the cops, stupid crap. You got to just watch the video. I don't even want to get into it. Any normal person, black or white, like this guy has to be arrested, should be arrested, is breaking the law. But the comments were just like, that's Black Lives Matter. And that'd be like, January 6th, that's MAGA. That's every Trump supporter. It's just, I don't see how people don't understand that it's not one thing. Black Lives Matter, MAGA, they're not one thing, one focused thing. Decentralized groups. Decentralized. Corey Johnson with you. The feds make marijuana a Schedule I drug. Joe Biden's all over social media talking about it. The injustices of marijuana, convictions, ruining people's lives, etc. It was a Schedule III. It was a Schedule I. Or is still. It's going to change to Schedule III, less severe. You can thank, it's ironical because the alcohol industry, the last thing they wanted to see, they lobbied against it, they fought for it, spent hundreds of millions of dollars, it might be north of $1 billion on lobbying for decades to keep marijuana illegal and no recreational, no medical. Ironically, alcohol helped make weed legal. That's the ironic part. One is clearly more lethal than the other. It's not even close. Anyone who has smoked marijuana, who has had wine, beer, alcohol, and has gotten inebriated, which one is more severe? Which one is more debilitating? Which one causes more deaths? I mean, you could argue cigarettes are worse than marijuana. Easily argue that. Easily argue that. How many people die of lung cancer that smoked weed or have other health ailments because of it? I don't know the answers, but cigarettes, tobacco, huge cancer-causing agent. Marijuana does not appear to be a cancer-causing agent. The only concern I have with, and it's mostly medical marijuana users, two things. First off, today's marijuana, I mean, Google it. It is insanely potent compared to 20, 30, 40 years ago. I mean, I hear these old timers talk about Maui Wowie or Oaxacan or Acapulco Gold and all this stuff. I'm like, I don't know what any of that is, but I guarantee I can just Google online. You can see the percentages today. It's 10 times what those things were. Like literally, those are like 3%, and this is 30% THC. So it's very potent. And I just think like a 60-year-old grandmother or grandfather, I have glaucoma and they're going to go smoke that weed? I mean, just might knock them into the sofa. Going to eat 7 boxes of fudge, wake up 4 days later. It just almost seems like there should be lesser potency for, well, Miss Peaches is saying there is. Yeah, everybody can't be smoking this 27, 30% stuff. I mean, and a lot of the medical doesn't have the high effects exactly. You're not going to go eat a box of chocolate. It just has the THC effects to help your glaucoma or make you eat or whatever. Yeah. It's all, yeah. No. I've never done an edible or any of these in my life, but friends and acquaintances are into them now. And I did 5 milligram gummy. I went to Tipitina's. Okay, dude, I hear you. I mean, I'm not against any of that. It's all legal, or what? Yeah. But, to each his own. I've never done a gummy or an edible or vaped. I'm in my car. I'm like, dude, is this car on fire? Literally just this cloud comes out of the car like thick and just continuous. I'm like, is this car? And then I drive by and I look in the window and it's just some dude. And he looks at me. He's got it's like the cell phone size, a box, like 3 cell phones thick. It looked like, and it just had like a little nipple thing on the end. He's like, he's torquing on that thing. That's the only way I can describe it. He's almost like exhaling and then just this huge. I'm like, look at this guy suck on this thing. And then I'm just watching him, and then he kind of holds it in for a second, and then he's got like the window crack like 2 inches and just this. Oh, I want to stick a fire hose in there. I'm like, that car's on fire. Now I know why they say the vaping's worse than cigarettes almost. I mean, this guy was pulling in whatever. I don't know if it's smoke, vape, whatever. It was, if it was a cloud, it would fill right now. You'd be like, television audience, can you see me? Jimmy exhaled his vape thing, his box. Wow. Hey, it's getting hot out there. You might need air conditioning help if your AC's not running right, not working at all. River City's Total Maintenance is there. Total Maintenance. That's fair and honest. Lucas and the boys. I love Lucas, man. We've become friends over the last few decades, taking care of me with my air conditioning. I had this old round unit when I bought my house like a decade ago. It was rusted and round, but it worked. Lucas called it R2D2. And they'd come out and fix it, every 6 months, every year or so. And then after about 3 or 4 years, Lucas finally said, you know what, dude, we're going to get you a whole new system because the new system will pay for itself. This thing is inefficient. It's getting older. I'm about to dump $800 in it. That's ridiculous. We're at the point now of no return. Let's get rid of it. So he juiced it along. He milked it along as long as he could where he thought it was cost effective for me. They only do service, repair, or replacement that's absolutely necessary. So it came to the point where it was absolutely necessary. I got 3-ton carrier, everything new, the ducts, everything, all brand new, fantastic competitive price. They knocked it out in one day. It's like ants on a sugar cube, like 4 or 5 River City Total Maintenance techs just knocking it out. No, if you need air conditioning help, these are the pros. And there's really 3 things you need to be concerned with when it comes to an air conditioning outfit. You want honest air conditioning people. You want air conditioning experts. They know what they're talking about. They're going to diagnose it correctly the first time. And you want people with a sense of urgency like Lucas that realizes you're uncomfortable, you're stressed out. They come immediately. Honest air conditioning experts that come immediately. That's what you get with River City's Total Maintenance. All you need to remember, NOLAAC.com. If you ever need air conditioning help, all you need to remember is NOLAAC.com. Our Humane May fundraiser continues. HumaneLA.org is the website to donate. HumaneLA.org. Some good news. Next week was supposed to be 90 degrees plus every day. Now it's like high 80s. That's a good thing. The U.S. Supreme Court orders Louisiana to use the congressional map with 2 black districts matching the demographics of the state. The city council votes to nix the NYX, the Knicks parade is done, at least in Orleans Parish. Jefferson might embrace them. Hey, that's the lady that said all lives matter. She's right. Let's let Knicks go in Metry. Anyway, who knows? Knicks might be done. Julie Lee and Knicks got exactly what they deserve. All lives matter. What a dumb comment during the George Floyd Black Lives Matter thing. So dumb. All lives matter. Yeah, all forests matter, but we're not talking about Yosemite and the protected forest that the feds protect. It's pristine. We're talking about the Brazilian rainforest that is getting slashed and burned and the whole world's concerned. So the park ranger, all forests matter. Dude, we're talking about the rainforest. You're in control of a federally protected national forest in the United States of America. Anyone goes in there and does the simplest thing wrong, they're getting fined and going to jail. No one messes with it. We're talking about the Brazilian rainforest getting abused, slashed and burned, destroyed. So sure, all forests matter, but you're missing the point. No, Julie Lee, right in the middle of the Black Lives Matter thing, all lives matter, getting exactly what she deserves. Black, white, women saying, I'm bailing on this parade. This woman is Mike Ditka in female form. Ready, fire, aim. Out of order. The feds make marijuana a Schedule 3 drug from Schedule 1. That was an easy choice, an easy decision. Humane May fundraiser continues. HumaneLA.org. Hey, best quality, best price, best selection. You know I'm talking about Rouse's Markets. Best quality, best price, best selection. Tastes like home, Rouse's Markets. You heading home from work? Heading home? You'll probably pass 2 or 3 Rouses. A third of all Rouses are in Metro New Orleans. Taking care of you. Your Rouse's Markets.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. No AC, I got your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. No AC, I got your cool spot.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
Since 1896, a true taste of New Orleans. Leidenheimer French bread.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamar team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamar Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
From the owners of Katie's in Mid-City and Bienvenue in Harahan, an old school deli with over a dozen specialty sandwiches. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria.
Yeah, you right. Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you on a Thursday. Leidenheimer Baking Company. Times-Picayune, NOLA.com had a great article on po' boy bread about 2 or 3 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. So much of it was Leidenheimer French bread. They mentioned Gendouces, which has really good French bread with the sesame seeds. And I'm not knocking Gendouce. I like Gendouce bread, and I've had a po' boy and Gendouce bread, and it's great. And it's authentic New Orleans po' boy bread. Gendouce's thumbs up. No doubt. But about 90% of po' boy bread in our city's Leidenheimer. Let me correct myself. There's 2 French breads to have the right kind of po' boy. Leidenheimer and Gendouce. Leidenheimer has about 90% of that market. Gendouce maybe 10%. And then all the others don't even count. I don't even, is there another French bread you would use for a po' boy? Seriously. For a New Orleans style po' boy, that NOLA.com article was right on the money. And Leidenheimer French bread has been part of the equation for over 125 years in our city. Still to this day, baking that French bread exclusively in New Orleans. And did you know Leidenheimer French bread sends that bread out to about 20 other states now? Leidenheimer French bread all over the Southeast, but every loaf baked at their bakery in New Orleans. They're not subbing it out to bakeries in other states because it won't come out the same. After Katrina, Leidenheimer opened a bakery in Baton Rouge, and just the Baton Rouge water couldn't produce the Leidenheimer French bread like the New Orleans water for whatever reason. They shut that bakery down in Baton Rouge, refocused on New Orleans after Katrina. Had to have that water. It's like the pizza dough with the New York water, same kind of thing. The New Orleans water and the Leidenheimer French bread. No, it's different. It's better. They've been doing this forever, and it's part of the fabric of our city. And when I'm having a great po' boy sandwich, it's on Leidenheimer French bread. When I'm dining in some of the city's finest restaurants, is there anything better than when that hot, piping hot loaf of French bread comes out and it's wrapped in a napkin, a linen napkin, or is in that little mini paper or foil bag? Leidenheimer French bread, Leidenheimer Baking Company, part of the fabric of New Orleans. It's not a New Orleanian alive. Not a New Orleanian alive that's been around before Leidenheimer French bread. Their entire life, Leidenheimer French bread has been there. Anybody alive in Metro New Orleans, their entire life, Leidenheimer French bread has been there with them. HumaneLA.org is the website. The reason to go to it, our Humane May fundraiser going on. We're trying to raise $10,000 for the Humane Society of Louisiana, help cats and dogs, kittens and puppies, animals in general. please donate right now, humanela.org. Hey, I've got some $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates still to give away. One of the questions, why MSY? It was kind of the name game today. Why MSY for Louis Armstrong International? Moisant Stockyards is what it represents. That where the Louis Armstrong International is located was a stockyard 120 years ago. Cattle, slaughterhouse type stuff, I'm guessing. I've got 2 questions out there still. 50 big bucks at the Woodhouse, 5 area locations, 2 on the South Shore, 2 on the North Shore in Baton Rouge. The UNO Arena is named after someone. Miss Peaches remembered because she says all those rock and roll concerts, they always would say the name. At the Corey Johnson UNO Lakefront Arena, it's KISS. Miss Peaches was there for that. The UNO Arena. Who is it named after? Give me the answer to that. I've got 50 big bucks for you. Good at the Woodhouse. Southern University Football Stadium up on the bluff in North Baton Rouge, Scotlandville. Who's the Southern University Football Stadium named after? Home of the Human Jukebox. Hey, Miss Peaches, have you seen the Human Jukebox doing Adele's, what was her big song, Hello? Was that the song? That was like her big hit, maybe like 5 years ago. Check out we may want to play some of that. Why don't you YouTube that? Just put Human Jukebox Adele's Hello. Maybe Southern University Band Adele's Hello. This is incredible. Just ridiculous talent. Talent off the charts. I love the Human Jukebox. Yeah, talking about the Super Bowl coming to New Orleans in February. We should do old school and new school. We should have one of those modern stages that's going to, run from the, 30-yard line to the 30 right in the center of the field with all kind of wings and fingers and outlets going off, all lit up, the pyrotechnics, the light show, everything, up and down stages, suspended, singers and dances from the roof, all that stuff. And then on the left side of the stage, the Southern University Marching Band, and on the right side of the stage, the Grambling Marching Band. Like a tribute to them, but a tribute to the old Super Bowl halftime shows. Grambling would be at them all the time. Grambling halftime shows at the Super Bowl. I bet you they did 3 or 4 or 5 of them in the early days. And then it turned into, pop stars and all that. We should do the big stage in the middle and only local musicians. All New Orleans and Louisiana musicians exclusively. We have too many that are superstars, old school, Irma Thomas, too many. Neville's, Bartholomew. I mean, it's endless. Andrews. I mean, just the families, the Baptiste. I can keep going. You get a few hundred of them on the stage, highlighting some of the ones that are known, so the rest of the world, I guess, gets their little take. And then you have Southern and Grambling's band on either side. Did you find that, Miss Peaches? Check this out. The video's better than just hearing it, but because you see all the different instruments coming online as the song progresses. Crank it up, Miss Peaches. I mean, if I was Dell and I saw this, I would be like, wow. I was like goosebumps, impressed, proud. Wait till they get going, Miss Peaches. The synchronicity of that band, it's mind-blowing. And then just the great musicians and all the horns and the flutes and everything. Is that ridiculous, Miss Peaches? And the video is half the thing. You really need to YouTube it and watch it. We'll head into the break with the jukebox taking us in style.
What actually lasts a lifetime? Not much, but at Helm Paint, we have something guaranteed to last a lifetime. Benjamin Moore's Regal Select. This paint and primer in one offers cutting-edge waterborne technology, smooth application, and long durability. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, your New Orleans paint store.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
Yeah, you right. Miss Peaches, I don't know if I ever mentioned to you, I wanted to post a anti-Twitter website, just put up a fake name, and everybody's like, hey, on the beach in Spain, it's a photo of their feet and the beach or something like that. Just sort of, I wanted to just have a bus on Carrollton spewing out black smoke and just living the dream on Carrollton behind an RTA bus, and show the video, just the opposite. Things like that, just things that aren't, Anyway, Venmo blows me away. Venmo, the cash transaction website. I don't know if a lot of Venmo people know this. The default mode, when you join Venmo, everyone can see your transactions, not the monetary part, but Corey paid, Brenda, hooker services, 8 ball of Coke, but no money transaction. Anyway, I'm putting the joke in front of the, I want to go back to default and where everyone sees it and have those hookers, prostitution, cocaine, heroin, just ridiculous notes. Because it says, I see my friends and people I know, and it'll say maid service, lawn service, whatever. So anyway, I'm like, my God, this is so ridiculous. So I go to the settings, and it's on, there are 3 modes. The first mode is everyone sees your stuff. The second mode is only your friends see your stuff. And the third mode is, guess what? Private, the mode I set mine on. Venmo, it's dude, you're not a social media site. I know you desperately want to be one, But you're a cash, your PayPal Junior, you're a cash transaction site. I mean, come on. Just ridiculous. Brenda paid Charlie. Yeah, so like my negative Twitter site, Behind the Bus on Carrollton, Venmo, I just want cocaine purchase, prostitution. Wow. Venmo. So silly. Advice to people using Venmo, go to the settings and change your mode to private so nothing's seen. Unless you don't care that people see all your transactions. Not the money part, but just paid Brenda for a haircut, paid Jimmy for lawn service, paid so-and-so to clean the pool, whatever. Uh-oh. What? Slow down, buddy. You know I don't speak your language very easily. You're hungry, and even though it's raining, you want to go for a walk. Do you have my doggy rain suit ready? Yes, we'll do it, Blue Boy. I don't have a doggy rain suit. That'd be a good idea, though, Blue Boy. You could have a little hat, coat, pass it down. Good look. See you tomorrow, 4 o'clock.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 6 p.m.